What is going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So with the 2019 NFL Draft coming out this week, I decided to do my own mock draft for the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the rundown. Now keep in mind, this is not technically a mock draft, it's just who I personally think would be a great fit for the team and the position they should go for in each round. It's almost like I'm the GM for the Falcons. This is also my first ever mock draft, so I don't really know how I'm going to do, but hopefully you guys will agree with what I have to say here. And with all of that being said, let's get started with the first round pick. I maybe made 2 or 3 episodes talking about who the Falcons should pick up first round, and I at first thought D lineman, but then it changed to O lineman. And I made a whole video discussing why we should draft an O lineman more than a D lineman, at least in the first round. And if you want to hear more on that, there's a video link in the description below, but I'll just kind of bullet point what I said in that video and just put it into this one. Okay, look, it's not that defense doesn't matter. It's just that in 2019, offense is what matters more, especially for us, since we win games off of offense. And if we don't have protection for Matt Ryan, well then let's be real, our team just lost its ego. Then we're not going to be able to score, and our defense cannot literally carry the whole team on its back. And you can say that the offense can't carry the team on its back, but guys, isn't the offense what brought us to the Super Bowl? We had no defense that year, so I guess you could say that our offense can carry the team on its back. Another thing is that Matt Ryan is not a mobile quarterback. And if you're behind a terrible O-line and you cannot scramble to save your life, well then things are not really going to be pretty. Another thing I thought of recently is that, in my opinion, it's not necessarily D-line that the Falcons need to fix. It's the secondary. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Let's talk about the first round pick. So, I'm making things pretty clear in almost every episode that we just need to go O-line first round. And I at first said Cody Ford, then I said Dalton Risner, but now I kind of like Andre Dillard. It's not only realistic because players like Jonah Williams, Greg Little, Jawan Taylor, and maybe Cody Ford, they all will be selected beforehand. But I like Andre Dillard because I think he's very physical in the pass offense, and he deals well with run blocking too, but obviously Atlanta likes to throw the ball a little bit more, so Andre Dillard's great pass blocking skills, we definitely need to get that first round. Then our hole at right tackle will be fixed. And I know, he played left tackle in college, but I don't think switching him from left tackle to right should make that much of a difference. And I do like the pick here. It's not something to freak out about. I'm not hyped up for an O-lineman either, but that's just what I think the Falcons need to go for first. Simply put, watch my video for more on why we need O-linemen more than anything, and the link is in the description below. Second round, now here's why I think DB is a bit more important than D-line right now. And I'm not saying you can't have a good D-line, but when you're in a pass-heavy league, of course, DB is pretty important. And low-key, that's what a lot of teams might be focusing on soon is DB. And one thing with us is that, yeah, we have Keanu Neal, but he's more of a hard-hitting safety than he is someone that just tries to go out there and swat the ball down and intercept it. Like, he just kind of tries to go in for the hard hit. And Ricardo Allen, I guess, can tackle well, but his pass coverage is just Like, he might have a lot of interceptions on paper, but I'm telling you, a lot of his interceptions are just tipped balls or a QB throwing it as he gets hit. Like, he had a tipped interception against the Panthers week 2 last year, a tipped interception against the Eagles back in 2015, and in the divisional round against the Seahawks 2016, Russell Wilson got hit as he threw it, so of course it was intercepted, but I'm just trying to point out that his pass coverage is just And then for corners, now that we released Robert Alford, we have a second-year player in Isaiah Oliver who could do good this year. But even still, his rookie year was not all that impressive to say the least. And I'm just done listing up the reasons why I'm low on Desmond Trufant. I just personally don't think he's good anymore. So because of all of those players, and this is a pass-heavy league, I think we could maybe pick up Rock Ya-Sin. I like him because he's got really long arms, so that of course is an advantage as a football player, and he has great hands. So we definitely need someone that has long arms to swat the ball down, but has magical hands to make it an interception, so that would definitely work well with us. I know we had a lot of injuries last year, but letting up 30 points per game is due to mostly passing plays and not runs, so we definitely need to stop those quarterbacks from throwing downfield and scoring, especially in the NFC South. We have to stop Drew Brees and Michael Thomas, Cam Newton and DJ Moore, Jameis Winston and Mike Evans, and then we're going to play some people outside of the NFC South like Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen or Stephon Diggs come week 1. I just think we really need to get some help on the secondary, and Rock Ya-Sin would be a great fit for us. Third round. Now that Brooks Reed is gone, and I'm not too sure of how Vic Beasley will do, we could maybe use another edge rusher. I got a pick that isn't necessarily like super sexy, I guess. You're not going to go like, oh yeah guys, we got this player. What you going to do about that? But I do like him. He's a bit underrated, and I have Joe Jackson from Miami. He's tied for 4th all-time sacks in Miami, and he always was pretty consistent every time he played. He's not really an elite player, but just a solid pickup for us, and Dan Quinn, of course, is defensive-minded, so he definitely could train him into becoming a superstar here. And then for the 4th round, we got 2 picks in the 4th round, and this first pick is a weird pick, but the Falcons could maybe use another wide receiver. I know, that's crazy, right? We already got an elite trio with Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, and Calvin Ridley. Well, they also cut Marvin Hall, and Justin Hardy is on a 1-year deal with the team, and I doubt he would be with us afterwards. So I got Mecole Hardman from Georgia. This is maybe a bit of a stretch. He could possibly be selected beforehand, but I doubt it. As a college football fan as well, I am a pretty big Georgia fan, and every time I watched him play, he was the fastest player I've ever seen. I think he should have stayed at least 1 more year, but even still, he has speed, good hands, and great vision when returning punts or kicks. He also played punt return and kick return, so in a way, I guess it's not that we need a new wide receiver, it's just that we need a new kick returner and punt returner. Now that Marvin Hall is out and that Justin Hardy is only going to be with us for 1 more year, so we could use Mecole Hardman for both kick return and punt return. And then even when Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu, and Julio Jones are subbed out, I mean, do you really trust Justin Hardy out there? We could definitely maybe use another wide receiver in Mecole Hardman. And then their second pick in the 4th round, I got David Long from Michigan. With Duke Riley being sort of questionable out there, and Devondre Campbell being good but could maybe make more noise, we could select another linebacker. And I like David Long because not only is he from Michigan, which is a big defensive-minded team, but also he does well with deep coverage, which is great, so we don't always have to rely on a corner or a safety. He's just a solid linebacker, and again, with Dan Quinn, we could coach him up to be one heck of a player. In the 5th round, we also got 2 picks here. We're going to beef up that D-line just a little bit more since Tyler Davison is only on a 1-year contract with the team. So if he's gone, we can always use this guy that I got here, and he's another player from Miami, Gerald Willis. He might not have a lot of sacks from last year, but I like him because he's quick and he's an excellent tackler. We need someone that's quick like him and can tackle because even though our defensive front is good, sometimes we can miss tackles. And Grady Jarrett, Adrian Claiborne, Tyler Davison, and Takk McKinley are not exactly the quickest players, so give me Gerald Willis. And then a second pick, I got Isaiah Johnson. If we get him, that means we'll have 2 Isaiahs on the secondary, Isaiah Johnson and Isaiah Oliver. So if both of those guys are good, people could make a name out of these guys like, never mind, I'm just going to make this cringe if I try to think of a name. But anyway, now that Brian Poole is gone, we could possibly use this guy to replace him. And I'm not even all that high on Isaiah Johnson, but really I just like him because he's quick. Like, if he was far away from a receiver on a hitch route, he'd find a way to catch up to him and make a play, so not really a great pick here, but you never know. I just like a replacement for Brian Poole. 6th round, I got Michael Jordan from the NBA, actually. He's coming out of retirement. No, I'm just kidding. I got Michael Jordan from Ohio State, and he plays guard, and we're going to grab another O lineman here just because
what if James Carpenter and Jamin Brown are not good? So we'll have at least one player to fill in if they're gone. Just a solid pick, nothing to freak out about. And then 7th round, there were some people thinking this guy would for sure go to Atlanta, and I feel like it definitely could happen here. I think he should have stayed in Georgia for one more year. It was a mistake to leave in my opinion, but I got Elijah Holyfield. Now that Tevin Coleman is gone, and Devontae Freeman can have his fair share of injuries, Ito Smith is not always going to be our go-to running back, so we'll have Elijah Holyfield to back him up. He's a physical runner, and that is exactly what we need. We have Freeman with vision and quick feet, Ito Smith with speed, and Elijah Holyfield with power. So I think this is a good way to end the draft here. And that is all I got. I feel confident in the position of need on every round, but maybe not most of the players, but hopefully Atlanta will have a great draft class for this year.
But that's just what I think. Do you guys agree with most of my picks? Let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, whether you guys agree or not, please make sure to smash that like button, blow up the comment section, and definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any weekly content. There's new episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern, and I will see you guys this Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Rise up.